Hi, I'm Ashley Appap.
And I'm Hayley Tanto.
Welcome to Call an Adult, a Pretty Little Liars recap podcast.
Each week we'll dive headfirst into the absolutely bonkers world of PLL as we recap the iconic series.
Where everyone is hot.
And no one calls an adult.
Let's go, bitches!
Ay.
Hello. And there's a third voice.
Hello, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to speak yet.
Dougie!
Hello!
Wait. I looked you up on IMDb. That's what I was doing secretly just before. From Nowhere Boys, Upper Middle Bogan, Disjointed, and most recently, Georgian marries...
Georgian marriage has a wife.
Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, and most importantly, from being Ash's boyfriend, please welcome Dougie Baldwin!
Thank you. Yay! I'm so happy to be here. I watched so much PLL today.
Yeah, he watched three
And
whole
I had
episodes.
so many questions and I've forgotten all the answers, but I got the vibe.
And that's
now
all
I'm
you
here.
need. You just need a vibe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
PLL's all vibe.
It's all...
That's all.
I will say some scenes are really all vibe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
What would you, if you could describe the vibe, give us 3 words of the vibe, Dougie.
I mean, sexy.
Oh,
Yes.
Sexy. Problematic.
Yes.
And sneaky.
yeah.
Sexy, problematic, and sneaky. No wonder we were obsessed with this show as teenagers.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
big 3.
Yes. What every young girl dreams to be.
Sexy, problematic, and sneaky.
Yes.
Dating teachers, dating men in their 20s.
Yeah, and me off the bat, I was like, okay, but I'm sure we'll get into that. Ashley's been telling me which guys are good and which guys.
Yeah.
Most of them are bad.
So
Yes.
all of them, a lot of them are bad, but
Yes.
we have no moral compass. So,
Yes.
or we are,
We watch the show through a very silly lens, which I explained to Dougie.
sometimes we're really moral and sometimes we're very much not. It depends on how attracted we are to characters. It depends on...
And that's not just on physically. Sometimes it's
No.
how attracted we are to the goofy things they do and
because
say.
the guy that plays Ezra Fitz, the teacher, is like super hot,
Beautiful man.
but we can't support that storyline.
No.
Yeah.
Whereas there are other men on the show who also make out with the girls, and we just sit by and let it happen.
But you're okay with them because you like their vibe.
Absolutely. Yes. We like,
Exactly.
sometimes we like if they're sexy.
Sexy,
Sometimes we like if they're
problematic,
problematic. Sometimes sneaky. Like Byron, for example. King Byron, Fish Lips, Nutty Buddy, Professor Montgomery, which I did tell you about that name.
Yes.
Played by Chad Lowe.
Of course.
Yes.
Rob Lowe's brother.
Rob Lowe. Oh, that's Rob Lowe's brother.
Yeah.
His little brother.
Oh, his little brother.
His little
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's a
And
little
then
shadow.
you see if you
Chad.
when you watch PLL again, because you will, and then you'll come on the pod again.
Yeah.
You will see that they are brothers. You'll
I
notice it.
would
You'll-
not have been able to
Yeah.
tell. I would not have been able to tell. That's a complete surprise to me.
Yeah.
Well, for example, I said to you, we refer to him as the only good man in Rosewood. And you said, but he cheated on his wife.
I know that his first scene is his daughter being like, I don't know, I'm sad. And he was like, don't tell anyone though. And she's like, I wasn't talking about that. And he went, oh, okay. And I was like, this guy sucks. And she's like, no, we love him.
He is only ever embroiled in scandal, but but we love him. We think he's perfect and has never done anything wrong, apart from the times where he's done things wrong, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Which could be said about many of the characters. Mona, for example.
Oh, but Mona's diva cunt.
She's diva cunt. Anything she does, we support and we get
Yeah,
behind. Even
we
though
support.
for 2 whole seasons she was running over her best friend,
Oh.
doing other crazy things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I haven't seen that season, but I've.
But
I
you know what
believe
I'm
it.
saying.
I believe she would do that.
Absolutely. I'm so excited that you're here.
Me too.
This is going to be
I know.
ridiculous. For everyone listening,
That sound is buried in the soundtrack of my life, by the way. That cough.
which
I
I
miss
would
it
have.
when I'm not with you.
You missed my sputtering
Sometimes
coughs?
I miss
hear people
the
cough in
texture
LA
of
and
you,
you're
and
like, oh
part of
my
that is
God.
your cough.
The texture of you.
Texture of you.
Texture of me.
When you do a cough. Oh.
Oh.
Both. That was beautiful because that was so Ash.
Yeah, well, that's why
And
I
then
went
that
for
was
the poo.
Ash was contextual, so that was beautiful to see.
Ah.
2 ideas coming together.
It was beautiful to see that
And we both-
picture of you.
Also, I'm glad you jumped in so quick because we do that every 2 seconds on the show.
Great.
We sing.
Yeah, you better strap in, my guy.
All right.
We're going to be seeing our
Strap in, brother. Let's go for a ride.
Let's go for a ride. Before we do that, what I was going to say before I did have the Megan the titular cough was that, for context, Dougie's not seen any shows, unlike our King A. Dale himself.
Any shows.
He's never seen any shows. He doesn't know what TV is.
No.
He's on it. He just doesn't know what it is.
What is that?
Any episodes, sorry. Hayley and Dale have lived together for the whole time that we've made this podcast. So Dale got context just through dropping in. Dougie and I live together when we're in the same continent, which is half of the year at the moment. So you don't have the context. So just for everyone listening, it'll be a nice delight to hear moments where he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
I've seen the pilot and then episodes 1 and 2 of season 5.
Yes. So that's where we're
And
up
that's
to.
all that matters?
Exactly.
And that's how I'm going to watch every show from now on. Those 3 episodes.
Because you don't know any show.
The beginning and then the middle.
Perfect.
And here we go. Speaking of the episode that you referenced just then, we are talking about Pretty Little Liars, Season 5, Episode 2,
Whirly Girlie.
What an important time in culture for the word girly to pop up, but from 2014?
I know, and Whirly Girlie.
What are we
I
talking
love
about?
that. It's not a typical PLL title, I would say.
No.
It's usually always like secret sluts.
Secret sluts. Escape.
Sky from New York. Whirly Girlie. No, there's no A's in here. It's just Whirly Girlie.
Just Whirly Girlie. This episode was directed by Joanna Kearns and written by Icon, Oliver Goldstick.
King.
Woo, king. This episode came out on June 17th, 2014. And we must say happy birthday to ya. To all the June 17th babies out there, including Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Happy birthday, Kendrick.
Cristiano Ronaldo Jr.
Happy Oh.
Is that the
son?
one?
His son.
Oh, his son.
14 years old. KJ Appa. Riverdale
Kiwi
King.
King.
Kiwi King.
You're the Kiwi Queen.
Kiwi Queen. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
if you're watching, you know what we're talking about. If you're listening, I have 3 kiwi fruits in front of me. Because
Always.
3 kiwi fruits a day, and you will, say it with me, shit, which we all know I need. Happy birthday, Venus Williams, and therefore Serena Williams.
Oh, cool. Are they twins?
I don't think they're twins. I think Venus is
'cause
older.
You just said,
I thought they were twins.
you said you had this.
I'm pretty
fraternal
sure Venus
twins.
is older.
No, Venus is older.
I thought they
Venus
were
is older.
fraternal
I know that
twins.
because I've seen King William.
Well, I was about to say,
true.
my only
That's my
reference
crime
for anything
movie.
about their life is the time that we watched King Williams,
Richard.
and you got to enjoy it as your crime
King
movie
Richard,
for the
not
first time.
King
She is 44. Serena is 43. Whoa, they're like Irish twins.
Yeah,
though.
because Venus was
See?
first, and it was their dad's plan to get her to be the best in the world, and Serena to be the best of all time.
Well, I wasn't really paying attention to the plot of their birth order, just the fact that they were competing against
Put
each
that
other.
film on when I want to cry.
You do.
Yeah.
Is it really? I haven't seen it.
So
I love
good.
the Williams
really good.
sisters. Okay.
It's really good. Apologies to Serena. I take it back. Unhappy birthday to you. It's not your birthday, but happy birthday, Serena.
No, Venus.
Venus.
Yeah, Venus's birthday. Serena, you added on at the end unnecessarily.
Happy birthday to Venus and everyone else born on June 17th.
My nephew Basil was born the day before on June 16th. So happy birthday
Happy
Basil.
birthday, Basil.
to Basil.
And my
Yes,
sister was
Basil.
born 3 days before on June 14th. Happy
Oh my
birthday,
God.
Elise.
I will
His
say
birthday 3 days ago.
3 days before June 17th. Dougie.
Oh.
it is. We did. It is
Oh yeah, sorry. I'd fallen into the reality that it was we were all
Can I
talking
say
about today.
this time? So it's like my nephew has his birth. It is confusing.
Sometimes
My
you fall
nephew
into
has his
reality.
birthday, and then 7 days later, his dad, my brother, has his birthday, and then 7 days after that, my mum has her birthday, and then 8 days after that, my other brother has his birthday.
Oh,
It's
wow.
4 weeks of birthday buffoonery,
Wow.
That's so
and a lot of
specific.
cancers. They're all Cancerians.
A lot
Oh.
of feelings.
I think Basil's a Cancer. I don't really know, but
My family has birthday May 31st, June 1st, June 3rd, June 6th, June 14. All in that one
Okay.
cluster.
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah.
You got any clusters?
My sister's, my oldest sister's birthday's in October. I'm November, and my other sister is December.
That's not the same as what we said.
I know it's not exactly the same.
That's, like, nice
but
and
it's how
neat.
it's that is. You know what? It is very neat.
what
yeah.
date? What's the December one's birthday?
December 9th.
Wow, I'm 11.
Oh, you are. So that
days.
makes you a
Sag.
Sag.
Like Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, and literally every single other pop star and person that is in entertainment.
And my friend Jeremy Ducha.
The bang.
Ah.
And the bang.
The bang.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Okay,
Wait,
now.
is Taylor Swift a Sagittarius? I feel like I just really whipped that out.
Do, do, do,
Yeah, 'cause she's got the song The Archer.
do, do,
Haley's Googling.
Yeah, cool. I just don't
Sag?
want to. We have to fact check a lot of things.
Saggy Swift.
Oh,
Oh, yuck. Sorry.
Sounded
Ew,
weird.
that sounded horrible.
so and what are you, Dougie, for the people?
I'm a Scorpio,
Wow.
which means I'm loyal, but don't get on my bad side.
So what's going to happen?
I'll ignore your texts and not talk to you properly about my issues with you.
That's honestly
Doesn't happen often to me
sounds good.
because you're good at communicating.
I'm good at communicating with some, yes.
Yes,
I pick and choose
And then you're
who I'm silent with.
I'm Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Rawr. You go rawr, I go goat.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm the
What's a
goat.
Sagittarius?
And I go like, I'm an archer.
Oh.
I'm like
you-
a centaur.
You know what you go? You go. Mine was not right at all. Do, 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 do. Can I whistle it? Had to really think.
Well done.
All right,
So good.
back to the Seggies. Okay. Now it's time for you both to guess what the number one song on June 17th, 2014 was.
Okay, so last episode, so I guess last week technically in terms of release, it was Fancy by Iggy Azalea and Charlie XCX, I think.
So now I have to ask you,
So that's some canon.
is it, I'm going to give you some, it's multiple choice.
Oh, great.
Are
'Cause
you
I
looking so terrified?
got
Just
so
take a
scared.
guess out of nowhere.
First thing I thought of was Pitbull.
Oh, good guess.
I mean, not a, yeah, for the time. Great
Yeah.
idea.
14, very good guess.
Dale.
Dale.
Say that again.
Dale.
Oh my God.
Dale.
This is the horniest Dale I've ever heard in my
That's the
life.
worst Dale I've ever heard. Dale.
It's also funny because guess what Hayley
Is
calls
that a
Dale.
Spanish word?
Dale, yeah.
think so.
Dale? What does it
Like,
mean?
let's go?
Yeah.
Or like kind
Oh,
of,
does it?
Yeah. But
I
it's
thought ballet was go. B-A-L-E. Or is that what he's saying?
ooh,
he's
you're
saying
like,
Dale.
yeah, D-A-L-E.
Oh, Dale.
Dale.
Dale. That's what Hayley calls Dale.
Oh,
She calls
really?
him Dale.
Dale.
It means like go ahead or do it. Okay, I think it means a few things.
Okay, go
Go ahead
ahead.
and do it.
Go
Dale.
ahead.
Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Dale.
Was the number one song This Is How We Roll by Florida Georgia Line featuring Luke Bryan? Was it Fancy by Iggy Azalea featuring Charlie XCX? Or was it Birthday by Katy Perry?
I'm going to stay with Fancy.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I feel like Birthday never got to number one. I know you like it sweet.
I'm gonna go with what Hayley says because I don't know.
Yeah, you also, Andrew canonically, which means canon, just so you're aware, not pop culture savvy.
And do you know why?
Why?
It's because it's Andrew Cunanan is the man who assassinated Gianni
Gianni
Versace, which is, we're not poking fun at that because Versace is a legend, but in American Crime Story season 2, the assassination of Gianni Versace, we meet Andrew Cunanan. And both me and Ash had seen it.
And we both referred to the word canon as Andrew Cunanan
Cunanan.
without talking about that being that.
Oh.
And we thought it was hilarious.
And now
Oh,
it's
it's-
great because our listeners will be like, oh, well, it's Andrew Cunanan that this happens. And it's just a shared language that we
It's
all
a
have.
language thing because I was suddenly like, how does that mean I don't know about culture if he killed Versace? Anyway, it's just wordplay.
Yeah.
It's all word.
It's just
Hey,
wordplay.
what
The
are you
whole
gonna
pod
find
is
out?
wordplay.
The whole pod
The
is
whole
wordplay.
that's what TV
So
is.
we both reckon Fancy.
Yes.
You both reckon fancy. You both
100%.
reckon correct.
Yay! I'm so fancy.
You already know.
You already know.
All right, Hayley, can we please see what was the Stan description of this app?
Let's see it. Australian streaming service Stan says, the girls are on edge as questions arise about Ali's mum. That's a good one. Sometimes Stan will just be like, the girls struggle to keep their secrets secret. And it's like, yeah, that's like
course
every
they do.
app. And then sometimes Stan is specific.
Sometimes, but not. And now it is time to hear from the 12-year-olds, which of course are this is for Dougie, you all know this already. We refer to them as the 12-year-olds. It's just the Wikipedia episode description because it's written usually by someone with the spelling and syntax levels of a 12-year-old.
Okay.
Having Dougie here, I think, is helping the accessibility of our podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
Because we
Yeah.
have to explain everything.
Yeah.
And it does everything does warrant explanation.
It does.
But please don't feel pressure to. I'm happy to be lost as well.
No.
Get lost. Get lost in
I don't mind.
the moment.
You will be found.
Thank you. That's not how usually people respond when I say, let me get lost.
All right. Excuse me. Also, the 12-year-olds.
Okay.
I channel them.
This is the longest.
I've been a victim of the 12-year-olds. Not a victim. It wasn't anything. I got beaten up by a group of no, because I have a Wikipedia page and there's lies on there. We can look at that later, maybe.
Oh my. Oh, we have to do that on Patreon. Oh
Maybe.
my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been a victim of that. Victim's a strong word though.
Dougie Baldwin, like on what wiki? Like your wiki?
The Dougie Baldwin Wikipedia page. Hayley.
Oh, because I thought it was like going to be a fan wiki, like because.
No, it's not a fan wiki, Hayley. It's a legitimate.
Then how are they
Wikipedia
telling
page.
lies?
Because people log on, don't they? You can just like they're doing with this.
But wiki,
I think so.
Because fan wiki they run wild, whereas real wiki.
Is this fan
Well,
wiki?
this is real
This is-
wiki.
Yeah. No.
Oh my
Hayley,
God.
wait a second. Breaking news. Is this your first time realizing that the 12-year-olds is on the actual Wikipedia
I
page?
think I knew it was real wiki, but I have been imagining that it's like on a fan wiki the whole time. Because it's so bad.
The
It is so bad.
Wikipedia page, I just realized the logo is like in the shape of a sphere with puzzle pieces coming in and out, which is implying that people can put in whatever information they
Yes,
like.
but more, it's so like.
What a great, yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
noticed that ever.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
why that's the logo.
That's why.
is
That's what you.
so
That's the
beautiful.
spirit of you. You're noticing the things, not only the things that we don't notice, but what they imply.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to do with the title or the content of the show.
Dougie, can I
But
confirm that you have been fond of performing and being in the limelight since your early childhood and would dress up and perform in front of your family and friends as young as 4 years old?
That is absolutely true. Limelight's a funny word to use for that. I didn't know that I always wanted to be in the limelight.
That is cited by Hawker, Philippa from an article in
That's
Sydney
true.
Morning Herald.
I'd say that's true of probably most performers.
Wow.
As young as 4 years old.
But there's a
Huge.
couple other facts in there that are just weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do it on Patreon
Yes.
because I'm.
Okay, you're right, Hayley. This has been the longest intro of all time.
I just want you to know that I think you're great enough to have a real wiki and a fan wiki.
Thank you.
That's what I want you to take away from that.
Okay, cool. No, I wasn't holding anything against you. But thank you for saying that
You
anyway.
deserve a fan wiki that's crazy.
And if you're out there, you want to make one, start it.
Please, and then let them know so I can look
And
at it.
use Easter eggs from this episode in there, and then we can know that it was one of the dolls. Okay. The girls returned to Rosewood after a handful of events in New York. Handful of events.
Handful of events.
Good handful.
Someone died.
Good handful.
3 to 4 events.
Someone died and Ezra got shot. It's a hand. It's a
Handful of
few.
events.
It's a couple of events.
Finding themselves in a world full of secrets. Arya struggles with Shauna's death, while Emily, Hannah, and Spencer try to begin navigating a world with Alison in it. Toby returns from London and reveals that Melissa was not there at the time he searched for her. Ooh. 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 Hannah and Emily are suspicious about Jason and his relationship with his mother, so they follow him to Philadelphia to find answers. Ellie's new dog later finds a body buried in front of Ellie's house.
Pepe.
I love Pepe. I love and that's detail.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
detail.
absolutely.
I did love Pepe.
Later revealed to be her mother, Jessica De Laurentiis. Oh, wow. And that
Oh,
that's it. It's a short one.
Oh, that was really
What do we
short.
give that? I reckon that one's like an A minus maybe.
Yeah,
B
I think
plus.
so.
Except for, of course,
Handful
of events.
That's why it was so short because they said handful of events. That, to be
Rather-
honest, I think needed explanation.
yeah. So maybe a B.
Yeah, B plus because
Wow.
Dougie got in there, and I think that says something.
Pepe.
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 Yeah.
I loved Pepe. I forgot about Pepe.
A little peek behind the curtain. A little before we got here, Dougie was a little anxious about remembering certain aspects of the show and stuff.
Yeah.
And I had to say to you, don't worry. The most important thing that we keep track of are weird quotes, fugly hats,
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy things people are wearing and eating. Like it's not like the
Oh.
actual plot kind of doesn't matter.
We're not the experts. Our listeners and the wiki dolls are the experts. Like we bow down to them. We're
don't-
cunts on a microphone, basically.
Absolutely. We
Right.
don't know anything.
Yeah. I feel quite relaxed now, actually, so that's okay.
Great. Okay. Well,
Even after I read your Wikipedia page
I
back to
mind
you.
it. That's where I thrive. I wish that would come out more, to be honest.
Well, it's still up on my browser, so
Oh, good. Good.
I haven't closed it.
if someone
I'll
could,
know if it goes. I can feel it in the room.
if someone could put one thing on your Wikipedia page that you would like to put on there that's false?
That
What would it be? And then we'll get into the episode.
Ooh, can I answer that later?
Yeah.
Can I hold that for Patreon?
Yeah.
If you want to hear the
Oh
answer
my
to that.
god, businessman!
Sign up for Patreon.
I love that. I want to dox Ash and put Ash on your Wikipedia page that you guys are dating. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna give you a personal life section. You don't have that yet.
Great.
Because I go straight to the personal life
Well.
section. You know I love goss.
If someone does that, can they please give me a fake, really funny middle name or something?
I will, yes.
Great, thanks.
Because it's me that's gonna do it.
Make my middle name Kunanen.
Kunane.
I am gonna be
Kunanen.
like from the wildly successful podcast.
Yes. Well,
Calling that out.
It is.
that's not false, bitch.
That's not false.
Wow, thanks guys.
Okay, so we're in the Rosewood Town Square and the Harrisburg bus is arriving in town.
And so all the girls get off it, and then Allie truly nearly runs back onto it because that's what she does in every scene she's in at the moment. She's like, I can't be here, and then turns around. They're like, Allie, don't go. Emily has a line here that's quite funny. It's not meant to be funny, but it made me laugh. She goes, Allie, your mother buried you.
Yes.
And I don't know why. It was serious.
I wrote,
Yes.
Em reminds
No,
Ali
that-
her mum buried her.
Yes, that was funny. I agree. Yeah.
it
Your
just
mum
reminds-
buried you. Why was she saying that again? Because she was like,
Reminding her.
I don't really know. I
Maybe.
can't remember the context. Like this, I don't know if it was about like kind of the stakes of the situation or her mum being bad. I don't know, but she just said, Allie, your mother buried you.
yeah.
And I was
so
like,
slay.
girl, that's true. And that's a crazy thing to say. This bus driver's listening. He's got the door open. Imagine overhearing that. Like, all these hot little girls got off a bus.
I also laugh. I also again in a similar thing. Serious moment that I laughed at was when they came across the binman. Was it this episode or the first
Binman.
one?
the cus-
Throwing out the things that they've left out for hard rubbish. I guess was that last week's episode? Episode 1 or 2?
I don't know who this Binman is.
These two, the two binmen.
I think that was in this episode,
Oh, it
maybe with
was.
Jason. I don't know if I wrote it down.
They're
but I
walking
think-
home and Alice. Oh no, that's the pilot. Sorry,
was
that's
that the pilot?
Don't even worry about it.
He's watched 3 hours of PLL in one day. It's all but what about
But shout out to the binman.
Remember the binman?
Hey,
Binman.
shout out to you. If you were one of the Binmen, good
Shout
job.
out. So they all are like, Allie, you need to go to the police. Conveniently, the police station's right there. Spencer's like, you need to start. Oh, and everyone's like, you just need to like tell them what's going on. And then Spencer's like, you have to start all the way from the Jenna thing.
Yes.
And I agree with Spencer. I agree with her for 90% of this episode until she's fucking Toby and ignoring her calls.
Honestly,
Which
Fuck Toby
it's not
and
that I don't
ignoring
not
calls.
agree.
important.
Get that Tobuki dick, but
Tobuki won't fuck. Spobuki gone fuck.
does want fuck.
They get fuck in this. Absolutely.
But I do agree that I'm like, yes, Spencer, like just come clean. Hurry up.
Let's go back.
And then there's an amazing shot of the girls walking single file across the road, like
Yes.
it's Abbey Road.
I
the
said,
Beatles.
I
Yeah,
literally
which
just went, Beatles.
Which is annoying because there's 5 of them. That's like okay.
the
like,
fifth Beatle.
Yeah, I know, but that's what you know. What I mean?
Yoko Ono.
Yeah, I agree. Ali should like we all know Ali should die. I
Absolutely.
think is what that's all about.
We hate her. Also, as we were watching, you went, I work there.
Oh yes, the Warner Brothers lot.
Because it's the Warner Brothers lot.
That's insane to say during an episode.
I
That
recognize
is
streets.
cool.
I recognize streets.
No big deal, but I recognize streets.
I see a street, I know where it is. No, but there's a lot of there clearly isn't in Warner Brothers, but every now and then I'm like, that's where I drink my coffee and wait outside. Because I get told to sit outside all the time.
Because you're stinking the place up.
Because I'm cheeky. No, I don't know. I go for walks outside.
Because there's no sunlight.
When you work in a studio, there's no sunlight all day, and you have to remember to go outside and get sun.
I would be getting my steps up around the lot for sure, and I would be doing it around Rosewood.
Although there's tours now, and they're slowly starting to recognise me, which makes the walks less fun. But we can talk about that later as well.
You saved me it all.
Oh my god!
He's edging us. Breaking news, Dougie Baldwin edges us.
Being edged.
Also, you saying you see as a bit, you see a street and you know where you are is very funny because Andrew canonically in real life, Dougie never knows where he is. There's no sense of direction
I
whatsoever.
know nothing about
You
pop
always
culture.
get lost.
I'm
We'll
always
find you.
lost. I'm always lost.
You will be
Although
found.
if you give me a sec, I will be found. I do eventually find my way.
It's beautiful.
Sometimes I get defensive and I'd be like, just let me, just shush, just give me a sec. Let
me cook.
And then you give me, let me cook.
Let me cook.
Let him go.
Let me navigate.
Okay, then hard cut to the police department. Mulbrook appear, beautiful man.
Sexy.
Can I? And he asks good questions.
He meets Allie. He's like, she's like, I know who you are. I assume that's a line.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Oh my God. They get into the room.
This is the first time we've ever seen a police officer do their job well in this, except for, of course, Barry Maple, who's for some reason a sweet police officer who we see doing all the jobs no one wants to be doing at the police station.
We love. Actually, I think they're not even in the interrogation room yet when Ali says, I didn't disappear. I was kidnapped and held hostage for 2 years, you pretty little liar.
Oh,
you dumb,
Pretty little cunt.
wow. Really thinking on her
Cuntini.
feet too.
She is someone who is addicted to the drama.
She's an improviser. She thinks on her feet. She calls it. She stirs it
Is
up
she
in the
genuinely
moment.
an improviser? No.
I don't think so.
The character.
I hope
maybe.
she's
Character,
done
yes.
A class at UCB. Like I hope
so.
you know how like actors will be like, I did I did a single improv class.
Yeah.
You've done heaps of improv.
I did 101 and 201 at UCB.
Yeah, that's heaps. And you've been to clown school.
Yeah.
Which is improv.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
it is. A lot of improv.
Yeah.
And of course, you all know that Hayley and I will drink improv for breakfast.
We drink it for
We
breakfast.
drink it for breakfast.
Yum. My next note is just Ali continues to lie about the kid bapping and the blindfolding. I actually wrote kid bapping instead of kidnapping.
Ali lie about
That's
kid babbing.
silly.
Can't bap your kids anymore.
Can't
Not
bap your
anymore.
damn kids.
You have
Guys,
to talk to them.
remember when you used to be able to bap them?
Oh, I remember bapping.
Got bapped with rulers. Bapped with a cane.
A skein.
Got bapped with a skein. You know, it was like in the 90s.
Don't worry about it, my guy.
90s language.
Bap with a skein. My next note says Papa Di Laurenti appear.
Yes.
Kenneth
yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So while Mulbrook keeps finding holes in the stories, he's not being antagonistic.
I was about to say Mulbrook, more like Holbrook, but his name really is Holbrook. And we call him Mulbrook.
That's so funny. Be like, more like Holbrook. He's like, that's my name.
thank you.
Please stop calling me Mulbrook because I have a beautifully placed mole on my face.
We love you, Sean Farris.
We love you, Sean Farris. Come on the pod anytime you want. Come on. He's busy. But yeah, Papa Di Laurenti, which I think I do refer to him as Papa D throughout the rest of my notes because I don't know his name.
No,
Tom?
it's Kenneth.
Kenneth.
It's Kenneth, but who's to know
Oh yeah,
that?
because Tom is Hannah's dad.
Yeah.
So it's Kenneth.
It's Kenneth. It's Kenneth, but also Papa. And that's going to get confusing for later when we've got Papa and Pepe.
And Pepe.
Papa and Pepe.
Papa and Pepe.
And Boo-boo.
It's a PP episode, baby.
It's a PP episode.
PP episode.
The moment where he saw Alison, I had to pause and ask Ash, so that's the first time he's seen her alive in 2 years? Ash went, yeah. And I went, oh. Well, they didn't give that much weight. I would have liked a longer moment on
They're
that.
not giving like a lot of weight to anything with Alison in this episode in a way that I'm like, this girl has come back from the dead.
Yeah, her dad was like, oh, Jesus. And it was
Yeah.
like, you've been dead for 2 years, according to him.
Yeah,
Jesus.
there's a beautiful scene later when they're in the chairs at night, which he was acting his ass off.
And
that
they
I was
are
like,
in
that's-
chairs.
They are in chairs.
They're sitting by a window next to chairs.
They're in 2 chairs. It's
One
just
window.
important. Where that there is, you feel it more that, and he's got like, I've had a picture of you. You feel that more there, but I was like,
I liked him
No one
there.
cares. No
I
one
liked
cares
him there. Yes,
that
I thought
Ali's-
he's...
I think everyone's like, oh, she's back.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh,
We were worried.
oh God. Then
Worried about you.
I've written Victoria Slastings is actively pissed at Spencer, reveals Melissa is here and has an attitude, and ... secrets.
Oh, love that. Yes.
That was a great line.
Don't expect any souvenirs because all she brought back was attitude.
Yes.
And secrets.
Turns head and secrets.
Oh, she can deliver a line.
What would we do without her?
And yeah, Daddy Hastings and Melissa they're in Philly getting Spencer's impounded car.
Yes.
Is a line I wrote down. Also, we've got eyes on Pam. Pam is on a delayed flight in Dallas.
So-
we have not seen her in a long time, and I just want good to have eyes on Pam.
Dougie, Emily's dad, just so you know.
Emily's... Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Emily's dad
He's fighting in the war in Afghanistan.
is fighting in the war in Afghanistan.
Really?
At this current point of the show.
Okay.
Her mum has just been absent for multiple episodes.
Also, a car.
Now
like,
we find
went
out
through
where
their
she is.
window.
Where is she?
She's in a conference in Dallas.
A conference in Dallas and her dad's in the Afghanistan war.
Yes, fighting
Yeah.
for the
Do they
American
eventually
side.
come and do something for the plot? No spoilers or anything.
Oh yeah,
Or do
they
just
come in and
They
out.
come in and out.
They're FIFO.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
fly in. They
Okay.
fly out.
But just in case you're wondering, like this 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl is
Yeah.
just living. That's why she's kind of. You
She's
see her go
staying at
between
Spencer's
friends'
today.
houses throughout the next. few
Okay, I
episodes.
just wonder if the Afghanistan war in this show is just like background
It's
noise.
not like a
and
plot
there's-
device.
yeah, yeah,
really.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
a plot device is my question. It's just like, where have you been? Afghanistan. Cool. And then they move on.
Yeah, for now, yeah, that's kind of where
I would like
things
to
are.
see the war of Afghanistan.
Spoiler: you're not going to see it.
I would love that though if she called him and he was like, I'm sorry, I'm in the
Gunshots
war.
in the
Yeah.
background, like-
Wait, is he back at war? Because he had like
I
a
believe
heart
so.
attack.
There was a
Okay,
period
cool.
of time where he was in Rosewood, and remember he climbed up the pipe and saved Emily from
and
the
then
thing.
had like
Heart attack.
heart
He also has heart issues, but
Oh.
that's got nothing to do
He had
with
a
why
heart-
he's not here right now because he's actually in
I thought you were
Afghanistan.
about to write that down like it was a note, Dougie. You were just grabbing a toaster. But I thought you were about to be like, oh, and he had a heart attack. Like, oh, I need to write that down.
No, I gave up on writing notes as soon as
Yeah, it's
when
a
I
good move.
yeah.
I
Anyway,
just wanted eyes on Pam. And
Okay.
we got
We've got eyes on Pam.
ready to Dalai again?
Ready to Dalai again. I'm going to keep that in. You saying that?
Dalai now.
Dalai again.
Dalai. It was a bit of a delay on what we were saying because I swapped my
Wait, I'm trying
headphones
to do-
around.
I
I might
just
ask
wanted-
Mark if he, instead of saying action now, he can say Dalai.
Dalai.
Dalai. Yeah, ask
Yeah.
him. Get him to do it. So Hannah lies to Ashley next.
Yeah, so we were just at Diet House Muffin. Now we're at Diet House Lasagna.
Yeah.
Ashley, yes, is
No
pressing.
explanation needed.
We're not going to explain that. Ashley is pressing Hannah for answers, but she's really supportive, and she's also making her a grilled cheese. Or they're making like a toasty of some sort.
Yes, important to know that they have the components. And we find out they're using Havarti.
That's right. And she asks, does cheese melt? And then the other one said, all cheese melts, you fucking idiot.
Yeah,
exactly
Ashley
what she
puts up
says.
with it. What's Havarti? I'm not aware.
It's a cheese. It's a yum cheese.
I guess it keeps for a while.
Because she was like, it's
Yeah.
Havarti. And I'm like, Parvati from Survival? I'm not. Semi-soft, creamy Danish cheese with a mild butter. Yum.
Go on and
Oh, there's
eat
a
it.
Costello one. Go on.
Also,
Go on and flown it.
he's been singing that
Yeah.
not related to us singing it all the time.
No, I just, it's just been in my head lately. And then Ashley then showed me the clips of you on this show.
It's
Yeah.
the best song in the world.
Yeah.
Go on and
flown it.
I was listening, okay, because we do a bit about like Daddy Hastings in the last episode, because I listened to that on the way here. And I realized we could have been like, because there's a line that's like, this track's designed to make you cream. Daddy Hastings, give us buttercream.
Oh!
And we didn't do that. So I'm here, I've workshopped it in the car with no one, and here we go. Go on and flown it.
What do you do?
Okay, so we leave Diet House Lasagna and we go to a fair house.
We're at a
And-
lot of houses this episode. I was writing
Yeah.
like a fair house, diet house. I was writing house.
Right, the word house came out so many times. And Ari's in her room calling the hospital to see if Ezra's okay. And then there's like a knock at the door and it's Mike. And then they talk about, he's like, Alison's back, are you okay, blah, blah. And then he says, how's Ezra? Like, is Ezra okay?
Yeah.
Why is he in hospital or something? And she's like, what? Why are you listening to me? And he says, the door's made of wood, not plutonium. And we both immediately
Mike.
were like, does plutonium make you not hear?
Is it noise cancelling material?
I thought
Sounds like a ton of metal.
I thought plutonium was the stuff in the rods that Dr. Emmett Brown uses to fire the
To make time
travel
work.
in the.
I think I know it from Black Panther. No, that's vibranium.
That's vibranium.
Yeah, he could have just said the door's thin, but instead he had to show off about his knowledge on
Hey, if you're a scientist,
time
tell
travel
us
material.
tell us about why he would have said plutonium.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a creep. I did write damn Mike here. Because
He's
Mike
looking good.
has been becoming like more of like a Ken doll prince, and this yes,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, he's so like he looks like a Ken doll.
He looked like a porcelain doll in one
Yeah.
episode, like shiny. We'd be like, what's happened here?
Also, this is the first scene in many where I'm hearing a lot of chatter about where King Byrong is, and I'm not seeing his fucking face.
Where is he?
Apparently he's downstairs in this scene. Show us. Apparently he just left to drop off a pizza in another scene. Show us. Go on and show us.
Show us.
Anyway, where's
our
bring
king.
Chad Lowe out?
And I know, spoilers for the next episode. He directs the next episode, guys. So he's probably not going to be in it because he's busy.
We know you're
calling
good at
the
it.
shots.
Stop calling the shots. Get in the shot.
Come on,
We love to see your face.
get in the shot. Do a shot of wine
A shot of wine.
Who was doing a shot of wine?
because that's what he drinks. Andrew canonically. Then Spencer, I've written Spencer goes off reasonably about Ali being a cunt.
That's right, yeah, because she overhears, because Emily's gone outside to call her mum, eyes on Pam.
Eyes on Pam.
Eyes on Pam.
Ears on
Emily,
Pam.
And Spencer then overhears Emily just lying about something. I can't remember. Just, doing what they all have to do now. And then when she hangs up, Spencer's like, I'm so sick of being on the Whirly Girlie ride.
Was she
that's what she
referencing
says.
a real ride? Because when she said it, I thought it sounded like she was referencing like a genuine stock ride in a festival or something.
Okay, once again, scientists, let us know if there's a Whirly Girl ride.
Because she made it seem like I was saying, like, oh, you're on, it's like we're on Space Mountain. Like, that's what it felt like. But maybe she's just making up her own
I think so.
language.
It's a song. I think it's just a phrase.
Oh, okay.
Whirly
It's a
Girlie?
phrase. Okay, all right.
I don't really.
Cool.
And like, yeah, I don't think so.
Feels like I'm on the Whirly Girlie ride.
Also, wait,
Yeah.
did we even say that when Alison and Mulbrook unite that she makes up a story?
Yes, I did.
we
Yeah, I say that
Sorry,
she's
my
like,
brain.
I've been held hostage. Yeah, no,
Yes,
like,
yes,
because she's
yes,
like, I've been held hostage for 2 years and like,
All I
I
remember
was
is
kidnapped.
that
Kidnapped.
Oh, that's right, kidnapped.
Kidnapped.
Okay, great.
We were distracted by the bapping.
and also saying
right,
Mulbrook,
yeah.
Holbrook.
But it is, I do think it is worth, putting more attention on the fact that like Ali truly told so many lies and the girls all had to listen and like they can't back it up. They don't know what she's saying and that's
Yeah.
not what they planned. So Spencer's like cutting absolutely sick about this and I agree with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, Spencer's the only one speaking any facts.
Yeah. As always.
It's still the same
Spencer,
scene.
right?
Yeah. So Emily and Spencer see Jason cleaning out his car.
And Alison throws down a roll of toilet paper with her phone attached. First question, how did you get that? How is it connected? I didn't really see the mechanism that she created.
I assume she shoves the phone in the toilet hole and then so it can land.
And also they're still flip phones, so they can fit in there.
Yeah,
Why
that's
would-
the key.
but from throwing it, wouldn't it just like come
She might have
out?
like
It did,
shoved
but
it.
it did. I think it did, but it still takes a lot of impact. It's still because it would come out, but it's still,
Well, this time I'm not going to the listens of
I
scientists.
thought it was smart
We got scientists in.
I saw that and I went, oh.
because I was like, they're getting
It is
TP'd?
smart. It is
And then I'm
smart now
like,
that you're explaining it, but I was truly like, how is this iPhone squeezed into these wads of paper?
But you're
forgetting-
right that it was a flip phone.
Flip phone. They're all using flip
'Cause
phones.
we're
Because it's
not-
2014.
I'm an idiot. I'm
Not everyone has an iPhone yet.
not yet. Some
Some of the girls
characters
do.
Oh, there's
Early
iPod. There's an iPod Touch in there.
There is. We do see
There
it.
and there are iPhones in the show.
Oh, there. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, so it's in that era.
I had an iPhone in like 2011 and that was, I think, kind of later to the part. Like, not late to the party, but like people had them. People had them.
Now, if you had an iPhone in 2014, let us know.
I bet you it's a burner. I bet you
Probably.
hers is a burner. Anyway.
Probably.
yeah,
but she
that
throws
makes
down the
sense.
phone and there's a text on it that says, "The truth will bury you in a New York minute."
Great. Olsen twin movie.
Olsen twin movie. And Jared Padalecki,
Super
Andy
Nash.
Richter, Simple
Yes,
Plan
he is. Yes.
cast.
And Eugene Levy.
And Eugene Levy, of course.
Cast.
Cast.
I love you look at Dougie being like, car.
I have no idea what's happening.
I could tell because I
idea
knew
what's
that he was
happening.
like, "You haven't looked at me, and I don't know what you're talking about."
There's going to be
Somebody
so many snippets on the video of me looking so confused.
I mean, I can make a supercut of that if I remember.
Please
Please do.
I'd like that.
So this text, I guess, gives us more context as to why Ali pulled her little stunt.
Idiot.
Little cunt stunt.
Constant.
Potential title of episode. Another one with an asterisk through
I
it.
know.
I don't need asterisk stunt though.
All we do is swear and cuss. My next note is in all caps, Ali Dad. Oh yeah, I didn't say Papa Dad. I called him Ali Dad in my notes. Ali Dad acting his ass off. Him and Ali have a heart-to-heart. Maybe this is the chair scene I'm thinking
Yeah, I
of.
think so. Ali plays with a creepy doll, and Kenneth looks very sad. And then I wrote, he closes her damn blinds like 1 centimeter lower.
Yes.
As he went over to the blinds, I was like, look, Dougie, I was like, the catchphrase for our show, we always say at the end of the very episode is close your damn blinds. And look, he's about to do it. And then he does it like an inch. And there's
Girl, that's
still
not helping
sky.
anyone, Kenneth.
Yeah, because
Idiot.
she didn't. He didn't even block like any of her. Like it was like above her, and then he just pulled it down to slightly above her, so they're
like,
getting more focused view.
Keep that top of head safe.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
people are looking.
From Papa to Pepe, we're not
It's
getting any
also
safer.
here that I realised she has not been taken to the hospital.
No.
Like, I know she's not injured, but I do think after you've been kidnapped or
Yes.
you
yeah,
get
that's true.
or just found, I do believe you'd get taken to the hospital to get a general check.
You'll be found, you'll be taken
You'll
to the
be taken.
hospital.
Anyway, so I think that's just fascinating that because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that. I think I was like, oh, it's so unsafe that she's just right back at home.
Right?
And I'm like, I think she'd be at like the hospital or the police station.
Or a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
It's a stressful thing to get kidnapped.
Anyway, tune up your violins because we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Then, yes,
Which turned out to be someone's assignment that they were doing.
Yeah, it was damn Mike's assignment.
So Arya has a
Yeah.
sepia tone dream sequence of just images of Shana, and she wakes up to hearing violin music.
Mm-hmm.
And then later it comes back. So yeah, we'll get to that when we get there.
Okay.
But we're back in Allie's room. She hears someone creeping in the night, and it's Jason just watching her sleep.
So Jason's having a real villain edit episode.
Of course. Fun fact for you, Dougie. At some point in the show, every single person is a suspect for being
You just have like a
or
villain
bad.
edit.
Yeah.
Oh,
every single person.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
look out.
All right.
So look out.
All right.
No one's in the clear. We're at Diet House Lasagna again the next day, and Kenneth is asking Ashley for info about where Jessica De Laurenti is and asks for her help by getting her to look through her emails because they work together.
I love that all the men in Rosewood always end up knocking on Ashley Marin's door when they need help. Maybe you're Byron and you need toast that one time. Or maybe you're Kenneth and you need her to hack your now
wife's
dead wife's
emails.
emails. But we're all finding excuses to talk to the hottest redhead in town.
Interesting.
Makes you think, and it would be me as well.
It makes you stink like her beautiful perfume. I can only assume.
Definitely.
Be around that woman. Gorgeous.
I love this scene. I love adult to adult
Forgotten who
scenes.
Ashley is.
Dougie doesn't have any idea what's going on.
She's the hot redhead.
Hannah's
that's
mum.
Hannah's mum. You wouldn't miss her.
You in the pilot, she sleeps with a police officer and looks back at her daughter.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, Hannah eats ice cream.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I was like, she hasn't seen her. But she hasn't seen her daughter sitting on the couch, and then she looks back very purposely and says, "I'm doing this for you," with her eyes.
That's
Or
exactly
maybe a bit for her, maybe a little bit for her as well,
Get
which
some,
she
mama.
deserves.
Well, she deserves to come hard, which I don't think Wilden would have given to her because he was a bad guy.
I was like, I hope she did, but I don't think she did.
I thought Wilden was going to be a good guy because I thought his last name was code word for well done. And Ashley immediately went, no. And I went, okay.
He is a very bad man.
Yeah. Well, he should have a name like badly.
Badly done.
Dirty.
Dirty man.
Dirty
Filthy.
badly.
Dirty Badly.
Hyphenated last
Disgusting.
name.
Hi, my name's Mr. Dirty Badly.
My name's Brian Dirty Badly.
And I'm here to make everything bad,
And guess what? I'm not good
as you can tell.
because of my last name.
Aha. Then, for some reason, Allison says, she wants to leave the house. And she steps outside
Yes.
and Jason's like, don't go out there. There's police and reporters. She's like, I just want to sit on my porch.
TBH, Jason's not wrong for like telling her to not. Also, on the villain edit thing, him looking over her while she slept was crazy, and her like being awake for it was scary and crazy. But when you take the villain spotlight away, it's not crazy for like someone in your family to just like go in and be like, good, my sister who was, more just like, that's the power of the
Yes.
villain edit, is that I'm like, that's not,
Right.
that scene could have been like, I'm glad my little sister's safe and sound. Obviously it wasn't. It was heavy breathing and scary. And he is like that in this whole episode.
Exactly.
But even in this scene, I'm like, I don't know, Allie, why are you parading yourself around on the porch?
Come on, girl. And she
Allie
says,
Allie doesn't get away with anything
No.
with us.
we hate her.
Oh, wait, but she has maybe what I thought was line of the ep when she said it.
Which is,
I'm not twerking my way through town.
And I wrote, amen, Allie.
So
Oh, yeah, I'm not
twerking was the
twerking
thing
through
then.
town.
I've got quite a few
This
quotes
was probably
for
like
this one.
peak Miley Cyrus, like
That's
VMAs.
right.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not twerking through town. Makes so much sense.
Twerking through town. TTT.
And then they're in the front yard and some girl arrives.
Do you know
in
who
a car.
Some girl is Danielle McDonald.
Yes.
Australian actress from
Oh.
Patty Cakes.
That's
and
what
Dublin.
we were watching and we were like, what is she from?
Oh, Patty Cakes.
Patty Cake. I haven't
What
seen
happened
them.
in
I've
that
seen.
movie?
She's like a rapper in somewhere in America. She's like I think she's kind of like wants to be.
But we both
Musician?
recognized her but didn't know what she was from.
She's Australian.
Yeah, Danielle McDonald.
Shout out.
Shout out, come on the pod.
Yeah, I've seen her in some stuff and she's amazing.
She's
Yeah.
so good. I was like shocked.
She really grounded this scene also.
She
Yeah.
was fantastic.
The
Holding
context-
Pepe the lassie dog.
The context of Pepe arriving is ridiculous. So apparently Mrs. D has adopted this dog. And
the
Great,
dog
great
finds
final
her.
move. Great final move.
And that dog finds her.
absolutely. They were like, how the fuck are we going to
Yes.
circle this around? Was there a moment in an early episode where she was looking at dogs or something?
There must have been truly.
So she arrives and she's like really grounded and
hope there
sweet,
was.
bringing this dog, being like, basically like, if you don't Mrs. D's the last stop for Pepe. Unless
Oh my
you leave him
God.
here, we're going to chop him up into little pieces and throw him in the river or
Oh,
something.
yes. What happens to him? He's like, oh, boy, it's not good.
Not good, mama. And then she says another line of the episode.
So I'll say what Jason says to set it up, and
Yep.
you can say what she says because
great.
it is now we're in line of the like everyone's delivering good lines. Jason says, "My mum didn't order this."
She says, it's a dog cowboy, not a pizza.
So good,
So good.
so good.
Cowboy also?
Yeah.
Nothing
Cowboy.
about him. Nothing about him is screaming cowboy.
But you'd
she
wanna
calls
call him cowboy.
I like it.
Cowboy, sailor. Could have been an option as well.
He's a dog sailor, not a pizza.
He's a dog sailor, not a pizza.
He's a dog, cool guy.
He's a dog, cool guy.
He's a dog, you dingbat. Not a pizza.
He's a dog, you wallaby.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's a dog, you fucking sick cunt. Not a pizza.
Not a pizza. Don't know if you
Mate.
realise.
In an
So
Australian
then
accent.
Ali takes Pepe, which was the correct choice.
Now we have
Yes.
Papa and Pepe.
It
in the
also
same
makes
house.
sense that it is like, what are these dogs called again? These like lassie dogs?
Is it a
Oh.
border collie?
No, it's not a border collie.
No.
Is it a...
Yeah, what is the
It might be a collie. It's a rough collie. Oh, they're so beautiful. Border collies, the black and white ones. They're like sheepdogs.
Yeah, they're Australian dogs.
So it makes sense that this one wants to like find little boys down wells or Mrs. D's in
grounds?
ground.
And did she adopt the dog ahead of time knowing that she would need to be found?
I think so. Listeners, let us know if
Oh, smart.
truly, like let us know if this was like a plot line and we were too busy looking at her in a tight sweater.
Yeah, one thing you need to know about continuity, we're never going to Google it. We're going to ask people to tell us, and then 3 months later we're going to see it and go, oh, that's right.
Like, oh yeah, right.
I want to pick my nose.
My king, go for it.
I'm not cutting it out.
I was looking for tissues.
I'll cut out the visual of you doing it,
Yeah.
but I'm keeping in
Save
the
that
sudden.
for the Patreon.
I'm keeping in the sudden shift to you just saying you want to pick your nose.
I'm going to put that on the wiki.
Dougie wanted to pick.
Am I clear?
You're clear, King. Am I not? Is that
No,
why
you're
you
great. No,
Am
isn't
I?
that a thing? So that's the socially.
What the
you,
fuck?
You know, socially when you suddenly become. No, you're great. You're fine. Isn't that funny? It always makes someone else worry their habit. That always happens. I'm so sensitive to that lately. And you'll be talking to someone and you'll.
Lit dolls, check your nose.
Everyone, check.
Yeah, but it's suddenly like I'll scratch my nose and 2 minutes later the person I'm talking to will then scratch their nose and then I think then suddenly we're both doing the thing
That's
we all
the same
did.
with checking your teeth when you kind of like go like,
Yeah, yeah.
and so you're doing it for yourself, but then I'm like, wait, are you trying to tell me that I'm fucked?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then we're all just like, like
yeah, we're all very fragile, aren't we, people? ready to be dirty.
we are all fragile.
Yeah, it's a very fragile thing to do. I don't think animals do things like that. In the
No,
wild.
they
I don't think a
don't-
wild animal would do that.
I don't think a wild animal would go, stop, I need to pick my nose.
Do you think
I think a wild
animals-
animal would be licking its own ass and going, what are you looking at?
But then,
Sometimes if I-
the animal would go, are you telling me I need to lick my ass? Maybe?
That's why
They'll
they're
do
all
it.
always licking their asses.
Yeah.
When in doubt, lick
Lick your ass. Or pick your nose.
Yeah. Is there a bin?
I think it's outside.
He picked such a big winner that he needs a whole
put it in
bin.
a pocket.
Actually, nothing came out. There was nothing in there. So actually, I could just put it in my pocket. There you go.
And here we are.
I didn't pick a big one at all.
All staying
It was all
in.
in my head. Great.
It was in your head because it was in your
Nose.
nose.
All in my head. Boogers are all in my head.
They're all in your head, man. You're speaking crazy.
And now, speaking of speaking crazy, my next note just says, Mike miss Mona and Mona by whistle.
That succinctly sums up the scene. She has a box full of whistles that she's going to give. She's kind of on this like weird campaign of like the town's unsafe
Because of
So
Alison.
so she's
Which
like
I
everyone's
think
going to get like a rape whistle.
is a hilarious and smart move on Mona's part to
So
be
good.
like, I'm going to
Panicked.
pretend I don't know what the hell's going on and I'm not at all linked to any of this and was not a part of helping Alison make
and
herself
then
disappear.
creating more fear. It's like a perfect conservative political campaign. Like it's like
Yes,
she's not,
it
and
is.
she would be so good in The Politician style show.
She would be good in another politician.
She would have been so good in The Politician.
In another
In The
politician.
Politician.
What does she say? She says, take. She's giving it to Ali, and or one of them, and she says, take it.
Oh, that's later. Yeah.
Oh, that's later?
Yeah.
Should we wait to talk about that then?
I don't think it's going to ruin anything for
Isn't
you.
there a
but-
line
Yeah.
she says, take it?
Oh,
it's
she's
not
like, yeah.
said-
She's like, it's a whistle. Like, put it between your lips and blow or something.
Yeah.
And write it down.
Yeah.
She says, go on and take it.
put your lips round it and blow.
Distracted
sounded-
sound to make you
Cream. That's what she says about it. Then Emily and Spencer look through the De Laurentiis trash and they find a New York, a bagel wrapper or something from a place on Bleecker Street in New York.
Shout out Bleecker Street.
Sorry, I think Brooklyn. Am I wrong? I don't know.
No, Bleeker's in Manhattan. We just went there.
We just went there about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It was so lovely.
6 months is just then.
6 months is just now.
That's great. That was 6 months ago?
October, November?
Oh my God. Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
you went to the
November. It
Burtons.
was November. Yes, it was November.
It was for your birthday.
right for my birthday.
Which we found out, of course, Scorpion King.
I'm a Scorpion King.
Rawr.
Yummy.
Rawr. Okay, then so they deduce from that Jason went to New York and is one of the A's, I guess, maybe.
I think so.
That was in the park being like,
He's embroiled.
they think he's embroiled, and that Mrs. D, because the last villain edit was on Mrs. D, and then
Yes.
obviously we see that she got yeeted and is dead. Died. Escape. So they believe that she's been covering for him, that he's a bad guy, and that he was never in rehab because he was in rehab for a time.
He was just caught out for lying by another Aussie actor.
That's right.
But he lied to Spencer about being in rehab. The place had been closed down for like 3 years.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
This cowboy is sus.
Sus cowboy.
Sus cowboy. And then also at one point, in the scene, another potential line of the episode is said very quickly, almost missed it. Emily says a line out of context to what Spencer's saying, and Spencer just looks at her and goes, "Are you channeling your Filipino grandmother right now?"
Oh, yeah.
And then they just keep going.
I didn't write that down, but that was very funny.
Very funny.
I want to talk about the next scene at a fair house where, we haven't really touched on a lot. Aria throughout this episode has been stressed about the fact that she, yes, indeed has killed somebody. She killed Shana.
Yes.
Manslaughter.
Yeah.
She did manslaughter, but she did do manslaughter.
Shanslaughter.
Shanslaughter. Oh, that's honestly, that's title of
That's
it.
title of it.
Also because it doesn't have cunt in it. I don't want to get shadow banned again. I think Shanslaughter is genius.
Shanslaughter.
That is so
That is
funny.
really good.
I
That is
love
really
that.
good. Thanks,
Aria nearly searches because she's on like New York, like a kind of some sort of website about New York because she's really Googling her like what she's afraid.
She's Googling keywords.
She looks up theater dead girl Georgia and then deletes it.
And for some reason, there's 2 spaces after the word theatre. I noticed that.
Girl,
Backspace.
you only need one space. Yeah, backspace that.
Go on and backspace.
Go on and backspace. And then while she's listening to music, it changes to violin and she freaks out. So that's been happening a bit throughout the ep,
Yes.
that there's like violins on the prowl.
On the prowl.
Which I
On the
thought was a
ground.
really cool way to send a threat.
It was really cool.
Which I thought was every now and then there's little things like that in the show where I'm like, that's really cool. That's a really
yes,
cool.
exactly.
Yes.
only skill is sending threats creatively. They don't really do a whole lot of harm.
One time.
They
No,
do
but it's
harm,
like-
but they don't but
Yeah.
they're creative.
There's
first
one
and
where-
foremost, which is why
where,
it's Dale. That's A.
And that's why we say
That's
it's
Andrew
Dale.
Cunanan is that Dale is
Dale
A.
is A, in our opinion, because it's so creative, all the things that A does. And Dale's so creative.
It's great,
Yeah,
man.
he is.
Yeah, absolutely. There's one, for example, where Hannah goes to the dentist. When she wakes up, A has put a tiny rolled up little note in a cavity in her tooth.
That's disgusting.
How did she get in there without the dentist seeing her?
A put her to sleep.
Oh, A was the dentist.
Yeah.
So A.
She lied in the chair to be like, all right, and then the
What?
gas mask was shoved on her face.
It is
and you
one
didn't-
of the best. It's a great app.
And did they blur out the dentist's face or something? While
They're
they
out of frame.
out
Oh,
of
you'll
frame
never-
dentist?
Oh, you'll never
All
see A
A
doing the
scenes,
thing.
yeah.
Well, no, that's why I asked because I got that from the 3 episodes.
Yeah.
A is always in the shadows. Well, there's
Yeah.
a million of them with different masks.
In a
Yeah.
park.
That was the scary in the park, which was the scariest part of the episode.
It was.
Oh wow, that is really creative. I wonder if they were a dentist before, or if they were
No,
like, "How do I get this note in their teeth?"
Because if you thought they actually had
need
the
to
qualifications to do the jobs that they did they
They'd
would
be
also.
studying diplomas up the wazoo.
A would be a masseuse. A would be a dressmaker. A would be
What else have they done?
a would
Magician. No, I think that was just a thing.
be a would be in their bathrooms when they're having showers, writing on the window on the mirrors. A would be
I would be working for the CIA.
A put a bunch of bees in Arya's mum's
Okay.
car to attack Arya's
Okay.
mum.
This was the bug story I wanted to tell, even though this episode's gone on for 8 hours already. Just quickly,
And it's a good one.
I want to share that
Great.
I know how the girls feel now having like the threat of something happening to you all the time. Because on the weekend, me and Dale were driving to the country town where he is from. And we're just on the freeway having fun. And then bang, giant huntsman on the outside of the window and right next to him. He's driving. He nearly, oh my God, very scary. Because you also think they're inside. You can't tell. And it was a huge huntsman. We're on the M1. We're going 100 kilometers per hour. And it's just running around on our window. It's just running around. And I was like, you just have to stay calm. And then it disappeared. And I'm like, I guess it got blown away eventually. Like, because we're on a freeway.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Then 10 hours pass. We're on the way home.
10 hours?
We've driven like, I don't know, 200 kilometers. It's like we've been driving all around Victoria on this day, Easter. We're like nearly home. It pops up again.
You could say it is risen.
He hath risen. The huntsman hath risen. And so now I think we took the huntsman actually from the coastal town where my parents live because we were at their house. And I think like I don't really have a huntsman issue, whereas there's a lot of huntsmans over there. And huntsmans, they're innocent. They don't mean no harm.
They are.
But they're fucking horrifying. Yes. So I think it's been on my car for like 48 hours at this point. I think it's still there. And now every time I go, I think of one. I think of Ella Carl Richards Montgomery with the bees. And I also think of me that at any point this huntsman can come back. It could be in my car. It could just be like, hi.
Because they can get to like where the air conditioning goes through, like the air vent.
Why don't you spray some bug spray in it just in, like when you're not going to use your car like overnight, like before you go to bed, go in there and just kind of spray. Maybe leave the windows down if you can put it in a garage space. Because
I have not been putting it in. I usually put it in the garage and I'm like, no, it's not coming in. I've been leaving my car out at night.
Yeah.
To be like, go.
Now you know once you see it, pull over and get something and just whip it off or something.
Yes, I know that if it pops up, I just have to stay calm. Like I am just like, it won't kill you, just stay calm. Yeah. But I do relate to the girls now having the threat of I have a threat of a huntsman.
I'm not going to tell this whole story, but I do just want to quickly say that
it is an incredible story.
I used to work for shout out to Little Red Trucks,
of course.
best removalist company in Australia.
Woo!
I used to work for them. And I once rear-ended someone at a red light because my foot slipped off the brake because a bee flew into the cab, and I just completely panicked and my foot fell off the brake and we rolled into another car.
A bee, that's PLL. That's PLL. That's a better link than mine.
It was very dramatic, and the guy in the passenger seat, it's his job to do any paperwork, so he had to fill out this form. And I was I had like a really important audition that day too at the end of the day, so I was already feeling so anxious, which is why I think I was already on edge. And then this guy, this sweet young 21-year-old, read out to me the form he had to fill in, and he was like, I just put a bee flew into the truck and startled Dougie.
It's scary. And also Dale would have done that. I had to tell him in Cinque Terre in Italy when we were hiking on like a cliff on a cliff face because he's like so scared of wasps. He'll run like when he sees a wasp or a bee.
Same.
And I was like, you might fall into the Mediterranean Sea. Yep. And we just got engaged the night before. I'm like, you can't be doing this to me.
I am the exact same.
Yeah, he is.
If a leaf falls off, and it's the time of year for that too, so I'm on edge. Comes out, it just comes in. Oh, just like completely freak out.
You and Dale are the same.
Yes, we'll be a jumpy pair.
You would be a jumpy pair.
Put a GoPro on us and we'll make a compilation of us jumping
jacks.
Anyway,
it's my favorite story to hear you tell.
That is
it's so funny.
I think it's fair what you did.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But also I think the universe rewarded you by being like, here's a job in TV. You don't have to which is a little bit, but more just like, if a bee gets you there, hopefully you don't rear end anyone on a road.
Yeah, I think I've learned my lesson. Because bees have then come close to my car since then, and I still feel that same panic, and I have to be
you remember that.
Keep my foot on the brake.
Well, just know there's a huntsman living in my car. Or on my car. It's on my car. It's not in yet. Also, I washed my car as well to be like, leave.
It's probably gone then.
Exactly. I think it's gone, but you don't, like Ara, you don't know.
Oh, God, no one knows.
The violin's coming in and out, fiddler on the freaking roof.
Oh, and we've got a quote about that.
Frickin', they always say.
She does say frickin'. Okay. Incredible story. So glad you were saved from the bees. Then, yes, we are in Aria's, she's Googling the stuff and she's listening to her iPod, and then She hears violin music. I think she's just pressing next and it's just all violin music.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, she's scared, obviously. Then my next note says, Ali is a cunt defending her lie and Spencer is reasonably pissed. I think that says what it needs to say, and it's true.
And then I wrote, this dog is so cute, cry face, because I think the dog.
Pepe.
Oh, I think she's on the bed. I think Ali's on the bed just like cuddling the dog. And I'm like, that's nice.
Yes.
Also, Ali said she lied to save Aria. Yes.
Yes, because Arya killed
That's
Shanna,
right,
of
that's
course. Emily also reminds them to focus on who's trying to get them now rather than like the things that happen. Like, let's just actually try and figure out what the fuck's going on with Jason and Mrs. De Laurenti.
And more important context, because I think it's going to come up later, is that Hannah called Aria very much earlier in the episode being like, oh, did you hear about the text Ali got? And she was like, no. And she was like, oh, Emily and Spencer were meant to tell you.
Yes.
So that's going to come up a bit later that Aria now knows that like she's been lied to.
Yes.
She's been protected, wrapped in. But you should be though. You Shanslaughtered.
You Shanslaughtered. Okay. Then at Diet House Lasagna, Ash looks at the emails and Hannah snoops.
And so and Ashley finds it a bit morally icky. So
Yes. Of course she does. She's an angel.
I love how she told Hannah the truth as well, because
too.
Hannah overheard the conversation in the scene with Kenneth and Ashley. So I was kind of expecting her to not tell the truth in this, just to be like, oh, just business. But instead she just told Hannah the full truth. And then she gets, and then Hannah snoops, which is great.
Which is beautiful. Then I've written Dougie
Appears with a haircut or a hairstyle.
long ass hair.
I
on
guess a
Toberky's
hairstyle,
head.
not a haircut.
He's only ever been that way to me.
Oh well, guess what?
It was different hair before.
It's been different.
He's had different hairstyles.
He's had different jobs. He's had different lives.
He's
this
been
guy.
every town tradesperson you could be.
He's been a cop. He's had a loft. He's a carpenter at one point.
And he's with
Spencer. Yes.
They fuck.
They did.
Yes.
Victoria Slastings has a great, I guess, because he's come
from London
London.
town. So he went to London because he wanted to talk to Melissa. I can't even remember why he went, but he went.
It was to talk to Melissa, but was it about Spencer being missing?
I think so. And then
Or the drugs.
The drug.
Probably.
And a few episodes ago, Melissa returned to Rosewood and said that the reason she came back was because she saw Toby in London.
Right.
And he told her about what was going on. She wanted to come home to be there for Spencer. He reveals he never saw her. She was never there. Instead, it was Ren living in her apartment.
Then we get another great line of the episode from Veronica Victoria Slastings Hastings, which is, Ren, oh please, I'd rather stick a knife in a toaster.
Important.
Oh, yes. She sort of throws it away as well a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
She sort of said it in a way where it's like, oh, I think she likes to do that anyway.
I'd rather stick a knife in a toaster.
Yeah, I'd rather stick a knife in a toaster.
Well, you know they're not putting any toast in a toaster and Diet House muffin. They're taking whole muffins with the wrapping on and putting them in the bin.
Don't remind me.
Ew.
These girls don't.
They're called Diet House Muffin because once they just threw a whole muffin in the bin because they were talking about getting fat.
Oh, at Die House Muffin, did you
At
call it?
Diet House Muffin.
Diet House
Diet
muffin.
House Muffin.
Oh, not diet.
Wait, that's what you call it?
Yeah, because there's
We call
multiple
it diet
diet.
because there's two diet because diet culture kind of runs rampant still in this
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So Diet House lasagna is they also don't have a lot of food apart from Havarti cheese and
Chicken Caesar salad sometimes.
and there's a big plot about a lasagna, which we're not. That's all you need to know.
I saw one of them was picking out their croutons from their chicken Caesar.
That's
I
right.
did notice that.
That's diet. That's Diet
That's
House.
Diet House.
That's Diet House.
There
And
we
then
go.
later on, she's eating ice cream on the couch because she's sad.
That's a
And I'll-
pilot again.
That's
Yeah.
the pilot.
That's why
again.
it's Diet House.
Can we
And
talk
then
about that one,
Aria's-
please?
Aria's house is a fair house because Byron had an affair. Oopsie.
Mm-hmm.
And Emily's house is war house because her dad's
In the
in
war.
the Afghanistan war.
And then Ali's house is murder house because murders.
because
Murder
murder.
happened there all the time.
Afghanistan war. He could just be anywhere else.
Yep.
Why the Afghanistan war?
Great
Because
question.
he's in the Afghanistan
I
war.
don't know how to make it more clear.
You don't know why. Aria is smartly. Do you have anything else on that?
Aria is in the shack that,
Yes.
that Alison referenced in the thing. We've never heard of this shack.
Oh, I thought this was the barn.
No, because if it was the barn, it would be the barn. They say a shack in the woods. The barn is
Oh.
not in the woods. It's in Spencer's backyard.
Ah. Oh, and is this where she's saying? Okay.
Because I was like, at first I was like, oh, is this Ezra's cabin? And she's pretending it's a shack. And I'm like, no, this is somewhere completely new that has hula hoops hung up, that is in the woods, that Emily knew to find her at. So they did go to this place, but we've never seen it. It's never been referenced.
Well, Aria's setting it up to look like Ali's been there.
Yes.
Because Ali's like been held hostage or has been camping out there or has been like kidnapped
That was her
there.
story.
Yeah.
So she's trying to cover it up because she needs to save face for herself.
And I will say that Aria's smart. I know she's meant to be like, she's meant to look crazy and paranoid. She should be. She did kill someone and you know, she should be Googling herself or she should be Googling the thing. And then Emily comes in and Emily pisses me off in this ep.
Yeah.
Emily's pissing me off. I don't know.
Before Emily started talking, I was like, oh, look, Dougie, I think what's going to happen here is Ari's going to talk about how she feels crazy because she murdered someone. And then Emily's going to say, hey, man, we're in the same boat.
Oh, yes.
I also killed someone. And then that's exactly what happened.
And that bit was
That's
good. I think at the
right.
start I've written, she's being logical, but she's pussy whipped.
She really
I think she
is.
was like defending Ali a bit too much maybe in the
Yeah.
first half of the scene.
She's in love with her, you see.
Oh, she's in love with Ali?
Yeah.
I
Remember
didn't
in
know
the
that.
pilot, the secret
She
that
could
she
have
had?
anyone in the whole world.
Was she kissed Allison.
She kissed Alice.
And Allison.
Ali was queer baiting her, but then is also just a queer woman.
Wait, that was Allison that kissed?
Emily. No, so that's Maya you're thinking of. We don't see it. We hear about it.
Oh.
There's a lot of kissing.
Emily and Allison have kissed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pre her
And they're both
disappearance.
into each
lot of
other
hot
is the
lesbians.
vibe, or Emily's still
Well,
hung
it
up on
seems
Allison?
Emily's hung up. Allison was kind of maybe using her for experimentation in the moment.
And every time like Ali does see Emily, she'll just be like, "You are my favorite."
but
Like
then
it's emotional. It's narcissism.
Right,
yes.
right.
And in the pilot,
bombing.
there's an episode where like they're talking about Beyonce, and Emily goes like, "I love Beyonce," and Allison goes, "Maybe a little too much, Em."
Can never love
The
Beyonce
call
too
is coming
much.
from inside the house.
Absolutely.
Also,
Anyway.
apparently, this is
Cool.
where we get another snippet of apparently Byron stopped by the police station, and I say, "Show us!" Like
Show
that's
us
reference that he was there, and I'm like, "Show us, fucking Byron!"
He's all we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
He's the core of the show to us.
And also throughout this scene and in another scene later, Arya's really screaming, "I killed Shana." She's just really audibly saying, "I killed Shana"
Yeah,
a
she
lot in
is.
this episode in a way that I would have a code.
Yeah, there should be a code.
You wouldn't catch me on record. A
Screaming
show
that.
where these girls know that they're being listened to, and she's like, "I killed Shana. I killed Shana. I
killed
need a
Shana.
cleaner. I killed Shana." Like it's crazy.
Ever committed a crime? Because I killed Shana.
Arya Montgomery, killed Shana.
I put my hand on this Bible to swear to it that I have killed
I
Shana.
hope no one finds out that I killed Shana.
If you're looking for Shana, you won't find her because she's off the earth, dead-wise.
Girl, listen to a violin.
I wanted to see her use the gun properly, though. Because they said it was a real gun. Oh, I guess it wouldn't have been loaded.
In the last episode.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, if you're a...
Oh, that was the last episode, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Someone did, Ali, I think a while ago, Ali was like, "Have we seen a gun on PLL before?" I forgot a listener
Yeah.
did reach out and say, "Yes, we have."
Because Caleb
Yeah,
slash
yes, with Nate. Yes.
and Emily.
So thank you to the listeners, the dolls.
Caleb is a character who wasn't in any of the episodes you watch, but is
Oh,
one of
you'd
the
love
best
Caleb.
and is Hannah's boyfriend. They create a whole spin-off about him called Ravenswood, which is horrible and supernatural. And that's where he is right now during the place of this period of time. They're filming that at the same time. So he's not in it,
Okay.
It's not good.
which is a travesty.
Just quickly at Diet House Muffin, Hannah is still snooping as she finds an email draft to an unspecified recipient that says, "I can't protect you anymore." That's from Mrs. D.
I thought it was to Mrs.
Or
D.
to Mrs. D. True.
Oh.
I don't know.
I thought it was in like I thought it was in like the drafts, but true. And also like it says unspecified recipient, but I'm like, but Hannah, shouldn't you be able to see that from your own
Yeah,
inbox?
which is why I thought it
Convenient.
was to Mrs.
That
D.
makes sense.
Lol.
Oh,
But
right.
Also, plot-wise, it's important for us to know which one it is. You think we're going to
I'm going to
Google
say
it right
that
now?
you're right.
There's only one way to find out, and it's time. Or
Google?
Haley's going to look it up. My next
Hannah,
note.
okay. Hannah finds a mysterious draft from Jessica's inbox that reads, "I can't protect you anymore."
So it was her sending it.
Yeah.
So you were correct.
Okay.
Great. Okay, important we checked.
I'm glad we did fact check that.
Yes. My next note in all caps says, "Spoburky make fuck."
Mine's Toburky make funk, but it is Spoburky. You're right that it's Spoburky.
Funk.
It's not just
Make
Toburky.
funk.
They make funk. So Aria's listening to violin music. Meanwhile, Spoburky make funk.
They're making funk.
Meow, meow.
Good for them. I feel like I would not want to have sex after the 4 days that Spencer had, but she's horny. If there's one thing we know about Spencer Hastings, is
She's
horny.
horny. And also, they haven't seen each other in, I guess, months, weeks. I don't know
True.
how long they've been. And they're 17.
Go on and flown it.
Go on and flown it. Ha, what your mama gave you. Ha. Then next, I've written Kenneth and Jason fight over Jason leaving the house. Like he wants to go to the house. He's like, "Why do you need to go?" He's like, "I need to drop something off to a friend." He's like, "You can't leave this house anymore without people taking note." And he's like, "What am I meant to do? Just like stay in the house?" This is where I've written the dog is named Pepe.
Yes, because Emily kind of walks in and she's like, I was just taking Pepe for a walk.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
like, Pepe?
There's no scene of them naming the dog either,
No.
so it sort of just gets thrown at you.
It's Pepe.
Pepe.
Do you reckon there was a scene where they named it Pepe?
Probably, and they probably cut it out. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're like, we've got so many, what did the 12-year-olds refer to it as? Collection of moments or
A
something?
handful of events.
That's right. With this, a handful
It
of
was
events.
a couple of handfuls before they.
There's
before
fistfuls
the
of
edit.
events. Absolutely.
Fistfuls.
Well, I want to know why Pepe.
yeah, it's
question.
so.
I think it's cute.
I
you
do
think it's
too.
cute?
You hate it?
No, it just was surprised me.
It was
It's all-
super. That
it
dog
just
is not
shocked
meant to
me.
be called Pepe.
If you had asked me what do you think that dog's going to be called, I would not have said Pepe.
What would you say?
The doggy, brownie. I don't know what
Doggy!
the dog.
Up the doggy! Brownie? You say
Brown. I don't know.
Brownie.
I'm trying to think of dog names.
Think of it, one more dog name we've got.
Buster.
All right, there we go. That's one.
Honestly, for
Really?
PLL, I'm surprised it's not
Back in.
Buster.
Doggy.
Doggy! Oh, doggy. Just taking doggy for a walk.
I had a koala teddy growing up called Koala.
Well,
So,
That's sick.
not the first time I've done this.
you know why you think? I think you wanted to call it Doggy because it always sounds like Dougie.
That's what my niece calls me.
She calls you Doggy. Yeah, she
Doggy.
yeah.
Funny.
does. Little accent. Okay, next, we have Mona in a fair house.
They're having pizza. Her and Mike are having pizza date.
They're having pizza date, and this is important. There's so many. We really like to harp on the food establishments in this town.
Yes.
He says, "Dad got you a veggie," and Mona and Aria cuts him off. I want to know: was it a veggie burger? Was it a veggie pizza?
I assume a veggie pizza.
I was a veggie.
A veggie bowl?
Did you?
Definitely a veggie pizza.
Yes.
Because they
Yeah.
went to a pizza restaurant. Okay, guys.
Fight us.
Obviously. I also liked the opening line of that scene where she walks in and he's going, no, I can't have any more. And she's going, have it. You wanted it. He's like, no, I'm full. And then so much drama happens. I thought that really tickled me.
They
But it's all
don't
about-
do
I like
a
this
whole
slice
lot
of
of
life.
like that. They don't. We love slice of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't. There's not a whole lot of slice of life.
No.
It felt, yeah, I liked it.
But you
a
know
lot.
what? There is a lot
I need
of
more of that.
It's slice of pizza.
There's a lot of there's a lot of slices of pizza, and there's a lot of Mike saying that he borrowed Aria's iPod for a project.
That's right.
So that's what the violin is all about. We don't really find out anything further on that,
Yeah.
but that's what that is.
That's
And then
what it
he
is.
leaves, and Aria and Mona have a tense chat because Mona's like, "How's Mr. Fitz doing?"
That's right. And we
didn't
love
write
it.
anything
She
else
was
down for that
she was
one.
being cunty and I loved it.
Me too.
Then Hannah is trying to share info with Emily about Mrs. D and Jason appears, I believe.
Yeah.
No idea where they are.
Yeah, I've got Hannah gets Emily from Murder House. Yep, so she's out the front.
Okay, yeah.
Ali's dad thinks Jason is hiding her in Philly. I think Emily says that to Hannah because Emily overheard that.
Yes.
Hannah shows Emily the Mrs. D email, and then so they're in the car, and then Jason knocks on the car window, and he's like, "Stay the fuck out of it! Stop the fuck!" And then he leaves, and they're like, "Actually, wait." This is another line of the episode. Emily goes, "Follow him," and then Hannah goes, "No, you follow him. I have to change my underwear."
Oh, yeah. Why
I
did she have
missed
to
that.
change her underwear? Yes.
No, I think piss. I think it's implying that she peed her pants.
She pissed herself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he knocked on the
But
window.
look, when
Oh.
Jason's there, there's a few reasons. You could
be.
Because I was
Could be
like,
pissed.
oh, that's right. Maybe they haven't showered in a few days. But
And now she's
And now's
I
the
gotta
moment.
get changed.
No, I definitely assume it was like I'm the joke. Like
I jumped
I'm
because
scared.
he banged on the window.
And it was just great delivery from Ashley Benson.
That's so funny.
Queen.
Go girl. That's so funny. So then they follow him to Philly and they see him buzzing on an apartment door, drop something off, and then he leaves. And then they go to the door to be like, which one was it? Was it this apartment building?
Oh,
or was
God,
it
that's
this
right.
apartment building? And I'm like, you weren't paying enough attention, you fucking idiots.
And
Come on.
that freak comes
Then
up and he's
a-
like, hey, what are you doing? Or something. What does he say?
A very skinny man appears
skinny.
and he's like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, he just like, what is that?
I swear this is the same apartment block as
Yes.
Ravenswood.
Yep, it absolutely is.
Okay,
They-
good.
They just went to a different part of the lot and said, let's just use this. And,
Great.
but from a different side, I think is all they did.
Yeah.
Then Spencer silences.
post-funk.
It's post.
We're post funk,
It's post funk.
and yeah, Spencer's phone's ringing off the hook.
Guys, if you're listening and not watching, Dougie just stood up, took my water bottle, and drank it.
That's like sacrilege.
No, we do share it, but
Wow,
wet mouth.
power play.
It's not
Drinking
a,
the rest of this.
you better fill that up, bitch.
Let's see.
Go on and feel it.
There.
And so yeah, Spencer like refuses to answer her phone, and Tofurky's like post calm. He's feeling amazing. He's zen, but he's like, you should answer your phone. Someone's trying to reach you. I'm like, Gurgle, someone's always trying to reach you.
Yeah.
Aria, Shanslaughtered. Answer your phone.
Answer your phone, but also Tofurky spoon.
But also SPOBURKY spoon.
SPOBURKY spoon, and it's cute. And I say, leave it to ring, girl.
Okay.
The other thing you should be picking up is that dong. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Throw it around. Okay, next where we see Allison at Allison's grave.
Yep.
Or in a mausoleum.
Yeah.
When was she
At
transferred
her
into
own
a
grave.
mausoleum? I don't remember this.
I don't know, but there's a lot of scenes at the mausoleum. I know that.
Yeah, but
So at some point she gets...
I thought a lot of the scenes were at the mausoleum in Ravenswood. I didn't know. Have we? This is my memory soup.
I
You
don't think
know.
so. I think they've just... Ooh,
No.
if I could just sit on a chair normally, but I can't.
Because Hayley's got a leg up.
I just can't
Cool
sit
dude alert.
fucking normally.
You don't need to. You sit like you. Don't be anyone else. I don't want to be anything other than
What are we gonna be lately?
Then
Okay, yeah,
Allison
so-
turns around and you see she's talking
Allie's
to
in a
someone.
hood. She kind of looks like a little egg.
She doesn't have any. You can't see any
for
hair.
the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, her in a hood is not like her best.
She looks like an egg.
She looks egg. Like
giving
her head
egg.
looks small.
It's giving egg.
It just gives egg. And then Mona looks so like fierce. So yeah, Mona follows her. She says she sent the New York text.
Yeah, my note says she confessed her to text.
Can I confess her?
But you said it wasn't her. Oh, yeah.
Can I confess her? And that Allie, she's like, Allie, you're the one that should, or like, you need to hide, and you're gonna wish you stayed dead.
Which
I'm
I
like,
say, slay, mama.
that was cool.
You're going to wish
Cool
you
chick.
stayed dead. And I say, I agree. I wish she stayed dead.
We all do.
We all do. Then Arya is scared that Mona's going to tell everyone that she killed Shana. And then she says the quote, which I think is my quote of the episode, maybe. Who's the fiddler on my freaking roof?
Oh, yeah.
The way
that's
she
good.
not only is it a very funny line, and I truly was like, wait, she delivers it so well. That's the end of that sentence. But this made me go like, was Shana invented? Her violin hobby was all of this. Just
this
so that
line.
then she could kill Shana. And then they play violin so that we can have Who's the Fiddler on my freaking roof. Because it's so good.
It's so funny.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Then Spencer is at the De Laurentiis house and she sees Jason.
Well, Jason does the whole like Spencer's alone in the house in the dark, and then Jason does the whole like boop, turn on a light. I'm sitting in a chair under a light.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was a few of those reveals over time. There was that one at the funeral. That's the pilot again, I think. Where one of them is standing at a distance and they reveal it in a dramatic way, and she's just standing in the middle of nowhere. Remember? She's just saying like a pin. I'm going to do my own episode on the pilot.
You and Dale can do
talking
the
about?
pilot.
I would love that.
That's really
I don't
funny.
think he's
A lot
seen the
of fat
pilot.
to chew on that one for
Oh
me.
yeah,
'cause,
heaps.
a lot of girls standing in fields. I have no idea what you're talking about, but go on, girl.
Go on and flaunt it.
Go on and flaunt
Here
that.
are my notes for this. Spencer asks if he was in New York. Pepe bark. Pepe uncover buried Mrs. D. Aria mumbling, when did she have time to get a dog? Which is also maybe my line of the app. When did she have time to get a dog is so funny. They're like,
That's
a
a good
big
question.
dog.
It's a
When
good
did she have time to
question.
get a dog?
Absolutely a great question that we already asked, I believe. So good on
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Then, I've written the girls find Pepe barking and run out to find Mama Hand poking out of backyard. Oop. But this moment, incredible. We see Mrs. D in a body bag with dubstep playing
Yeah,
underneath.
to like, if I never get to heaven is the song.
And it's like, at one point, we were dancing.
We were dancing.
It was an interesting scene.
And then we see Allie looking bald in a hoodie, once again as an egg, seeing her mum's body. And that is Megan the episode. Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is the song. Cheer.
Brah!
Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Everybody now.
Everybody
Come on.
here. Mrs. D dead.
They dead. How'd you get a dog?
When'd you get the dog? When'd you have time?
Adopted a dog, so the dog would find her later.
Maybe. And that is the episode. Wow.
Okay, let's blitz through.
Our segments.
Let's blitz. Okay. That was such a fun app. Okay.
That was.
Seggy's segment, Seg Rolls. Head to our Instagram, call.and.adult. There's a pinned post that explains these in further detail, but
Yes.
who cares? Who was the hottest adult of this episode?
That's just a classic question that has a normal answer literal.
That's very standard.
Who was the hottest adult in this episode? I mean,
Hot. Like Ashley, always hot. Mulbrook, always hot. Did anyone... Like Peter Hastings wasn't there being hot.
no.
Ashley's the mum that fucked the police officer to help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly,
She's
her
usually-
making a toasty and telling the truth to her daughter
Her telling
about
the truth, yeah.
going through her
Yeah.
emails.
And you can have an individual answer. We don't,
Yes.
I like Ashley. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And hey.
Same name as you. Guess I have a type.
There's literally like
Eh.
Ashley Marin in the show, Ashley App talking about the show, and then Ashley Benson playing Hannah in the show.
3 Ashleys.
It's a lot of Ashleys.
1 cup.
Hey, were they like? Hey, that's
Two can't keep a secret. Yikes.
I love
What was-
that song, by the way.
He does.
I do. I really like that song.
Earnestly loves it.
I never watch the show, but every time I hear Ashley watching, every time that comes on, I'm always like,
It's so good. Ashley Benson picked that song for the day. She was like, "It should be this. This should be the titles."
Do you think it was because she saw it on that episode of Dance Moms where they danced to it?
Gotta be. Gotta be. What was the yikes of the episode?
I feel like maybe Jason coming in the light or Jason
I
standing
think
over
Jason
Ali.
on the car
Oh, yeah.
causing Hannah to piss all over the joint.
Jason causing Hannah to piss herself is
to
pretty...
change
pretty
her underwear,
yikes.
and we don't know what fluid.
No. Also, Alison lying to the police and now ruining the girls'
Oh, that
lives.
actually was that actually had a visceral reaction from me. That was a
Yes,
yikes.
Yes. Woof.
Who gets a buttercream from us? Daddy Hastings.
Spencer
Daddy
gets
Hastings
a
gives us
buttercream for
buttercream.
fucking. Getting a buttercream just
Oh, sorry, this
it's just
is-
a
yeah.
nice
you
treat.
did tell me.
Who
I
deserves
did.
like a treat?
Who
Oh,
deserves
that's
a
right.
treat?
That's right.
Hannah
that's right.
for pissing herself. She should get a treat because that sucks. That's annoying.
And for snooping and finding that email.
For Snoop, absolutely. I think that Pepe should have a dog buttercream.
Yes.
For doing.
Oh
for cute-
yeah, that's yeah.
for
Danielle McDonald as dog lady
Yep.
can have a buttercream
For saying cowboy.
for great line delivery.
Absolutely.
Daddy De Laurentiis can have a buttercream.
Yeah. Papa. Sad
Is there
man.
anyone you would like to give a buttercream to?
Also, Mulbrook for doing good police work.
Absolutely.
Marlborough did do a good job. Oh, the dad of Ali. I
Yeah.
get buttercream for I don't know, having a reasonable emotion around something that would have been very scary.
And closing the blind 1 centimeter.
And closing the blind 1 centimeter, yeah. It was nice to see a scene about a dad worrying about his daughter. There's a lot going on in the show, a lot of chaos, a lot of stuff that's just don't believe it. Could never happen. But that was a really nice scene. So
Literally,
buttercream
like
to the actor, I
one
guess.
thing from this show would change your life forever, and it would be
Yes.
your whole trauma. Whereas these guys are like, "Oh, every day someone dies. Every day someone.
I had to give in to that.
blackmailed.
Watching the show, I had to surrender to like, oh, it's over the top.
It's
Yeah.
oh, it's
like
a little bit over the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't make it.
bit.
I'm not going to try and make it a show. It's not in my mind. It's
No.
over the top. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
This podcast is a balance of like accepting it and loving it for what it is, but also calling out how crazy it is.
yeah.
But you have to like strike the balance, otherwise,
You have to.
that's what makes the show
'Cause it's
beautiful.
okay if
One
it's over the-
Direction.
yeah,
you have to suspend
yeah.
your disbelief.
Like that's why it's a fun
Yes.
show.
Yes.
But it's batshit. And it's crazy. Okay, who needs to wait for crazy bread? Oh, not gonna explain that one.
Which just means calm down, really.
Who needs to calm down?
Oh.
Take a beat. I think that maybe Arya screaming she killed Shana over and over
Yes.
again. Calm down, girl. Hold that in,
You
maybe.
need to calm down.
Allison for lying to the police. Calm down. Melissa for lying about Toburky visiting. What's happening there, mama?
Melissa always needs to wait for crazy bread.
Yeah, wait for crazy bed, bitch. Also,
But also eat some, I think.
eat some.
Diet
Girl,
house.
Don't starve. Who do you think should wait for crazy
Well,
bread?
I thought Shana should have some wait for crazy bread.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to shoot a bunch of people for getting bullied, which I know is hard. But maybe just get on with your life.
I didn't give him the full context of who is A at what point and why.
I was like,
that was Mona. Mona was the first.
No,
day.
Shana.
And then Shana. Well, she's more doing it. She's in love with Jenna.
But put the gun down. Relax.
Hashtag justice for Jenna.
Put the gun down. Correct. I agree. We do agree.
Because
I think she did get that in the last episode. I think we did tell her to wait for Crazy Bread.
And we did.
Yeah.
And she did.
I hope.
Her gun was put down.
And also she held the gun up the whole scene. Even every time she turned to someone to talk to someone, she just kept turning. I was like, put the gun down for a second. Then if you're going to shoot,
can you just for a second point that towards each camera? Just look at each one and just. Yeah.
She did that. She was like, and then it just became how she stood for a while. Anyway, I thought it was a bit of an overreaction.
That was excellent gun work.
Well, she died for that sin.
She did. Yeah. And so
Shanslaughter.
Shanslaughter, what's next?
Ooh, you deserve a buttercream for that.
Jump.
Hardcover, What Made Us Horn, SPOBURKY Make Funk.
SPOBURKY Make Funk, of course.
What made us soft? Probably Jessica De La Renta getting uncovered by Pepe the dog.
And also learning that Ashley Benson had to say that she pissed her pants. It's actually more funny than
it was funny.
It was more funny actually. I take that back.
Didn't feel anti-horny, but I didn't feel horny.
Yeah.
Auntie Horny.
Auntie horny.
Hi, it's me, Auntie Horny.
It's your Auntie Horny.
Who gets a wine from King Byrong? So this is similar to buttercream, but it's wine.
Kenneth,
okay.
for sure.
Kenneth, yeah, because sometimes it's like
dad.
you didn't really do
one's
anything
Kenneth?
good, you just had a rough trot.
The sad dad.
Oh,
He definitely can have a wine.
sad dad. He can have a wine.
Ashley
He deserves
Benson
a wine.
for doing something she morally opposes to help Kenneth with the email.
Oh, Ashley Marin.
Sorry, Ashley Marin.
I was like, what's Ashley Benson doing morally? Yeah, Ashley Marin, she always gets a wine. Ashley literally can have a wine anytime she wants.
Byron, even though he's off screen, he is in the mix somewhere
Well,
nearby.
I'm like, I've got a bottle of wine and
Drink.
I'm coaxing him into the scene. That's why he gets a wine from me by wrong.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I was going to tell that the scene with the wife where but that's the pilot again. So, whatever.
We were saying to Scout a few episodes ago, though, that like watching the pilot and now are a very full circle.
Yeah.
Like the show has kind of come and gone, gone very far away and come all the way back. So it's kind of fair to be confused about the pilot and these few episodes.
It's easier for me to talk about too because once I got to the season 5 episode, so much had happened, and I was like,
I love
"What's
that you watched the
happening?"
pilot. It's like Ali's missing. I guess she like dies at the end of the pilot. Like they find her body.
He watched
They
the
find the
pilot
body.
and then episode.
And then in this one, she's like, I'm getting off a bus.
Yeah.
And we also watched season 5, episode 1 because context.
Yeah.
True. What was the line of the episode? There were a few.
Twerking through town.
I think the
Working through
fiddling, the way that Who's the Fiddler on My Frickin' Roof was delivered. I also like, you're going to wish she stayed dead because I do wish she stayed dead.
I loved, when did she have time to get a dog?
I also loved, are you channeling your Filipino grandmother right now?
It's a dog, not a pizza.
It's a dog cowboy, not a pizza.
It's a dog cowboy, not a
I'm not
pizza.
trekking through town.
Oh, please. I'd rather stick a knife in a toaster.
Oh yeah, I like that one too.
The door's made of wood, not plutonium.
And no, you follow him. I have to change my underwear.
They all get it.
That was strong. That was one of the strongest lines.
Absolutely.
Like line episodes. Anyway, that's it.
And that has been season 5, episode 2.
This was a long one.
This is maybe the longest one we've ever had, Dougie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And that's because we
Sorry or you're welcome. I don't know.
No, you were welcome.
They are so welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
They are, we are, you are, we love you. I love you in a
we
different context
You love me in
to
a different way.
the way that everyone loves you.
What context?
Romantically.
Romantic love.
Romantic love. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Did you have a nice time?
I had a lovely time. I need to pee now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll go pee before we record.
We'll go
Paige.
pee. But this has been really nice, actually. Very nice.
Yay.
Very fun.
Because you drank all her water, brother.
Yeah, that's why I got
There
piss.
wasn't much left when I grabbed it.
Liar. He's the prettiest, littlest liar.
Listen to that.
Prettiest, littlest liar there ever was.
You disgust me.
I wouldn't know how to. I've never lied in my life. I'm an open book.
Shh, fuck. If you want to watch him lie on TV, aka act, watch Georgie Manny's First Marriage. Act.
That's some serious acting.
What time is that on? I know it's on CBS.
Because it's mostly
Oh yeah, a
American
lot of
people.
Yeah,
Americans.
truly,
It's
like,
on
mate.
CBS every
Thursday.
Thursday at 8 p.m.
Question mark.
live on CBS late 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
Live on CBS.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I thought it was 5 o'clock for a long time, but it's 8 o'clock.
Is that because of like
Time differences.
like central?
I think so. I always thought it was 5 p.m. LA, 8 p.m. New York. But then when I tried to watch it live in LA in a hotel room, it wasn't on at 5 and it was on at 8.
Yes.
I think it's 8. If not, look it up.
I'm doing that right now.
Or you can now finally watch it in Australia as well on
Max.
8
8 p.m. ET/PT.
Woo!
Yeah, I would say so on at 8 p.m. in New York and 8 p.m. in, great.
So
8 p.m.
And then I think Paramount Plus as well.
And then
maybe,
Paramount Plus shows it
somewhere.
the next day. You can also watch it live on Paramount Plus as well.
And
Watch
there you
it.
go. Watch
Watch
it.
it. It's good.
Go on and watch it. Hayley, I love you.
Ash, I love you.
Everyone listening, we love you.
We love you so much.
And if you're out there, consoling your daughter who's just come back from the dead after 2 years, you might want to close
Your damn blinds 1 centimeter.
1 centimeter. That's all you need to do.
Just
apparently.
a little bit. Just for today. Just a
For
little
today
bit.
to keep her safe. And now we must say goodbye for now. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And if you're not already subscribed to the Patreon, join us and you can hear Dougie talk about things that we may have referenced that I can't remember now.
Yeah.
Definitely Warner Brothers lot talk. I'm going to ask some questions about plain food and other things.
Great.
Ciao.
Yay!
Bye.
SPOBURKY Make Funk. Wow.
Listeners, if you didn't know, we actually have a Patreon, which we call the Dollhouse. So come hang out in our dollhouse.
We also have a YouTube channel, so if you want to watch this episode and other episodes, head to our YouTube channel and subscribe.
And you can find all updates at our Instagram or look in the episode show notes.
We love ya.
We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Call an Adult. We appreciate you more than Alison appreciates immortality, my darlings. Please give the show some love by giving us a 5-star rating and review on your podcast platform of choice.
You can stay up to date on episodes by following our Instagram at call.an.adult, as well as our respective Instagrams at Ashley Crapapp and at Hayley Tanto. Have a lovely day, and don't forget, shut your damn blinds! See ya! Call an Adult is recorded on the stolen lands of the Boonwurrung and Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of the land. Sovereignty was never ceded.